In this video series, we will be showing you how to save hundreds of dollars on servicing your BMW. We'll be changing filters, we'll be changing spark plugs, we'll be changing oil. This video is the process on how to change your spark plugs. So follow along as we work through some of these. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. My name is Joshua and welcome to Car Creations. Okay, let's change out these spark plugs. We're going to remove the engine cover. Pops off nice and easy. Then we're going to remove these two side panels here. So you just use a 10mm socket and these turn about half a turn. Pinch there, pops right out. The next step is to grab an E20, which is a special kind of socket that I had to buy especially for this job. And we're going to remove the bar right here, the strut bar. There's two, one on each side there, and then one underneath here on both of them. These ones at the top here were a little tighter because it's easier for water to get in here, so there's a little bit of rust on them. And we're going to remove this piece of foam here carefully without ripping it into a million little pieces. Next, we're going to remove these two plastic covers on the back here. So there's 4 screws here to remove and 3 on the passenger side. And then we're going to remove this piece of weather stripping here. You don't want to pull it all the way out because it's got pieces attached to it. Now we have all 6 spark plugs here. Next, we're going to remove these cables right here. That's quite simple. Turn them to the side, like so. You just kind of pull it back and then press it in and it'll pop right out. Same with the other one. Pop it out of this little slot right here. Don't allow these to fall too far down in there. We'll just kind of rest them right here for now. Let's just remove the bracket that they're attached to as well. We might as well have it all open so we can do them all easily together. A little T30 there and just remove this little piece here. And with that, we're ready to start on the spark plugs. You start by popping this up here, like so. Pushes this out. You can nicely, carefully pull out this little cable there. Just put something through here and just pop. Just like so. That looks to be in really, really good shape. And we'll take note because this has to be lined up with this little gap right there in order for it to go back in. So it's a little hot, so I'm just gonna put it down. See the spark plug in there, all nice and clean. That makes me happy when I can see it so clean. Now I have my special BMW 14mm 12-point socket with the spring inside that'll hold on to them. And it needs to be the special thin wall one, not the one that comes in your toolkit. Okay, I'm gonna take my new plug, pop it in nice and easy. I'm gonna attach this at first, so then make sure to get it nicely lined up before I start screwing. And you'll notice here that as it's going in, it's not concentric with this hole. It sits off to the side, and that's supposed to be like that. That's supposed to be the angle. Next, I'm just gonna torque it down to about 23 Newton meters or 17 foot-pounds. There we are. You don't wanna go more than that, even though it doesn't feel very tight. Otherwise, bad things will happen. Plug this back in, making sure that you align this with this little slot right there. Otherwise, it won't go in properly. Just pop all the way down. And then you can slide connector back on, clip it down. You're good to move on to the next one. I'm going to repeat that step now for the next 5. That's all 6 done. I'm just going to put this back on so we can move these wires out of the way so they're not dangling down there. And we're going to start it while everything's off just to make sure everything's running right. Yay! It always makes me so happy every time I do something on my car. That little ticking you hear is the injectors. Don't worry, it's not is it the injectors? Is that the word? Or the valves? I don't know. Something in there. Okay, let's put it all back together now. I'm gonna put the foam in first now so I don't have to try to shove it in under that plastic piece. Okay, foam piece in. This is genius. These actually all look decently good. They're all very, very even wear throughout all of them, so definitely know that the engine's in good condition. These didn't really need to be done right away, but I was doing the oil change in each of the filters. I figured I'd do this too. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you too can save money on changing your spark plugs. When I went to BMW, they quoted me $600 to change spark plugs. It cost me probably about 50 bucks worth of spark plugs. We'll leave the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video on how to change your oil.